Welcome to Andy's Garage. I'm Andy Phillips. Today I'm going to show you how to replace the rear shocks on a Chevy Trailblazer. Now this is the 5.3 liter V8. Any of the other SUVs that utilize the 5.3, the GMC, the Envoys, things like that, they're all going to be the same. So let's go ahead and get started. Here's the items that you'll need to complete this. First of all, you will need an 18mm wrench, also a ratchet with an 18mm socket. Breaker bar is not needed, but highly recommended just in case things are tight. You might need that to break the nut or bolt on that, so that's recommended. And then, of course, you will need your replacement shocks. Now, the shocks, you can pick them up anywhere, online, automotive stores, things like that. Now, it's important to do both at the same time. In this video, I'm just showing how to do one, but both were done during this video, so you will need both of those for that. So this is what you need, so we can head over and begin the process. Make sure to chock the front tires, because since we're going to have the back end up in the air, you want to make sure that those tires are locked and don't run the risk of anything rolling back or falling. So it's important to chock both sides of the front wheels. Now with the tire off, we can come in here. On the top, you have an 18mm nut and bolt. And if we come down here on the bottom, you have the same thing right there, 18mm nut and bolt. So let's get a close-up and I'll show you what exactly. So this is your bolt side here. And then if we come onto this side, there's the nut. And as we come up top, look up in there. Looking all the way up there, you can see the hex head bolt on the left and then the nut on the right. So it's fairly easy to do it. And like I said, you don't have to take the tire off like we did. You can work around it. It's just this gives better access, so I like to do it this way. And we're only going to show on one side, but it would be the same on both sides. What I'm going to do is just use a socket here on the outer side on the hex head of the bolt, and then we'll just use an 18mm wrench on the other side and just pop them right off, and then we'll put the new ones on. These can be on very tight, so I'm using a breaker bar. You can use a ratchet, but what I do is I'll take the wrench, put it on the nut side here, hold it down, take the breaker bar, use that to pull up on it, like this, till we get it loosened, and we'll do the same on the top one. But there we go, we're already working it off. Once we get it loose enough, where it's at now, I'm going to switch off to a ratchet. Make it easier. And we'll just hand remove the nut and then pull this out. All right, let's head up to the top. We'll remove that one. We're going to do the same thing using a breaker bar here on the outer side. And then we'll go ahead and take the wrench, put the wrench on the inside on the nut, and kind of break that loose, and then we'll switch back to the ratchet, and then get it off of there. The old one is out. Let's get the new one in place, mount that up, and then we can put the tire back on and wrap it up. Here's a little comparison. Obviously, this is the one that came off. This is the new one going on. You can see that. What a difference. Now, normally these have a strap on them when you get them. I removed it so I could show you the side-by-side comparison. Some people recommend leaving it on. That way you can cut it. It's easier to line it up when you're mounting it. But like I said, I took it off so you could see the comparison. But let's go ahead. We'll put this one on, get everything attached. We'll start by mounting the top. So we'll slide it in place, feed the bolt through. The nut on the other end stays put, so we didn't have to remove it like on the bottom. So I'm going to feed that in, and then we'll get the ratchet and the wrench and tighten everything up. Now sometimes it can be hard getting that to line up because as this dropped when the other shock was taken off. So what I have here is a small hydraulic jack. We're just going to raise it up to line it up properly. And then once we get it to line up, then we'll go ahead and feed the other nut and bolt through and tighten everything up. And it looks like we are probably good to go. Let's try it. Perfect. Should slide right through. Now that we have run that bolt through, I'm going to drop the jack. We don't need it anymore. Pull that out. And we'll take the nut, put it on the other side, and we can tighten everything up. Everything is tightened up, torqued properly. Next, we're ready to put the tire on and wrap it up. Okay, that wraps up this video on how to replace the rear shocks on a Chevy Trailblazer with a 5.3 liter V8. I hope that this video was informative for you, helped you out with any projects you're working on. If you have any questions or comments, please send them in. I would love to hear from you. As always, I appreciate all the support. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you next time.